right, what's going on? Ginger, Ricky, Hamza, Ariana, Andrew, Monkey Kong. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys had a good day. It's a pretty solid day overall. I sent these SPX levels in the morning. I just did a couple scalps, puts right off the open. I did calls off the 45.90 right here. Other than that, I took this MTTR. I took a little bit of equity in this Bros, and I had some TSM contracts. Everything's sent in the group in the morning, guys. I just have too many positions to manage, so I don't want to type all of them out. So I make it very clear what plays I like and what plays I don't like. And you guys all know how to trade, so let's get into it. SPY, there's some amazing stuff going on SPY, guys. So in the last 11 days, we've seen a rally from the lows till today. It's about over 11%. So we have 11% rally from the lows, and till the highs, till SPY all-time high, we are only 3% off all-time high on SPY, guys. That is insane from today's close. From today's high, it's even less. So, yeah. No, it's from today's close, 3.73% to all-time highs on SPY with World War III, with inflation, with President Biden, with all that stuff that's going on right now. Only less than 4% off all-time highs after this crazy run. And you can't fight this run, guys. If you're still shorting this type of move, you're not going to last long in the market. The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. How you doing, Vinay? How you doing, Steve? And we're just taking out resistance after resistance. First, the Bears were saying we weren't going to take out the 50-day. We took that out. Then the 200-day, took that out. Then we had this resistance back here from February 2nd and February 9th. Took that out, closed above that one as well. Next resistance 461.27, took that out. So just resistances come and it just flies right through them. No bull flag, no nothing, just straight up in a line. And you cannot fight this kind of trend. For me personally, it's very hard for me to jump into longs when we're this extended to the upside. I'd rather just chill. I'd catch some scalps here and there, some equity here and there. But I'm not looking for big swing trades with any type of real money in this kind of environment right now. Just because we are so extended, any day we can pull back. Does that mean I'm shorting? No, it does not. I'm not going to short this kind of strength, 11% in 11 days, like we're breaking records with this rally. Why would I try to step in front of the train, right? So just wait for it. The pullback will come. When it comes, we have to see, is it healthy consolidation? Is it healthy? Is there big volume selling? Are the bears going to push it right back down? And once we establish that, we can get in. We don't need to catch tops or bottoms. We need to catch the meat of the move. So even if you didn't catch the very bottom and you caught it here, you still caught like 7% of the move, right? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not trying to catch a top or a bottom. Bottom and top pickers are usually liars. So just remember that. QQQ, very strong today as well. Closing your high of the day. Big ramp up here. Broke through the 200-day moving average today for the first time since February 2nd. So it's been more than almost a month and a half since we've been through the 200-day on the QQQ, but we did it today. Big bounce from the lows. Closed above. Everything looks great. Everything looks bullish. Just waiting for some consolidation. Bull flag maybe. We did leave some gaps. Yesterday we gapped from 365 to 366. So we have about a dollar gapped fill now to the downside. Let's see if we get some consolidation and get some better entries for the bulls here, because I'm definitely not bearish. I'm looking for a bull flag. And look at this right here. This is IWM. I've been talking about it every single day. We've been basing out. So this was a range that we had from all the way from the beginning of January 2021 all year into this year, and finally broke down after 1 year of being in the same channel, IWM. We started basing out down here. To get back in that range, we had to break through 210. Today we broke through 210. I told everyone every single day, if we go back through 210 IWM, I will be bullish on the overall market. Why did I say that? Because we're right back in that range. IWM leads the market. It led us on the way up in 2020 out of COVID, and it led us on the way down when we first started consolidating in December. Now IWM's back in that range. So watch for a move. We can even possibly go all the way back up to 234 on this IWM, guys. And other than that, I'm pretty bullish. XLF weak today. Banks definitely showed weakness with the market this strong. Banks have been moving really odd. They would have 1 or 2 days. One day very weak. One day very strong. One day very, very weak, one day very, very strong. Other than that, I mean, it's just slowly grinding up. They'll gap it up, and then even like you've seen today, right off the bat, like they just sold it off completely. While the rest of the indices are ripping right off the bat. Look at IWM, just ripped up bull flag, kind of came down, but higher low, and then just went and took high of day, high of day, high of day. XLF complete sell off right off the bat. IWM strong all day, QQQ strong all day. So XLF is definitely standing out as something. There's some kind of underlying weakness. If so, Ginger, this is the thing. Yeah, exactly. So on IWM, we are back above 210. But if we close the weekly outside of that base, so if we close this Friday underneath 210, it's invalid breakout. It means there was a false breakout back into the range and it was rejected and will come back down. It'll leave a wick in here, which doesn't count as a full breakout. So Friday, if we close above 210 on IWM, it's genuinely confirmed that we're bullish again. But for right now, you can't argue with how much strength is in the market. Sure, yes, I'll go over it. Here's VIX. VIX, so we do have some kind of trend line here. Something's trying to save, like we gotta save some kind of volatility, right? There's too much stuff going on in the world to just let VIX go to zero. But volatility has just been dumped off. If you look at the monthly chart, this is the only thing I could find. There's a little trend line here that you could see. Change to the weekly, it's still there. Again, there is a couple of wicks on there on the monthly underneath, but overall that's the trend line I'm watching. Daily as well. So if VIX loses today's lows tomorrow, I don't really see another support underneath there. So that's all we're watching right now is today's low of 1867. You don't want to see it break if you want more volatility. If you want volatility to come down and the market to keep melting up, then you see 1867 break and you're good to go. And the market just keeps on melting up. SPX, I already showed you the levels. MU flying after hours. This is great news for the stock market so far. Let's see where it opens. But so far it looks like they had some good numbers, earnings, up 3.36%. That should help all semiconductor stocks. As you guys know, semis are very, very important for the market. Semis usually lead tech and the rest of the market. If you guys have been experienced traders, you know this for a long time. And here's MU. Obviously good earnings. I have to look into them, but they did break out of this little inverse head and shoulders pattern and they're flying after earnings. Very cheap company. I like it long term. TSM called it out today. I have a couple. A lot of people in my stock life took it. It's right back inside the range. And this is the same kind of play as IWM, guys. Huge range all the way from January of 21. It's been in there for a year and 2 months, right? Finally broke down in this downtrend and now we're entering right back into that range. That means that TSM, especially with the strong Micron earnings, this one can absolutely fly tomorrow as well. I am in some April 14th calls. Again, I'm not going to call all my plays in the group. It's just too many DMs, too many questions. I have enough plays out there. So if I point something out, I say I like it. You guys know how to trade. You can take it. TSM, huge range that it's breaking back into. As I said, though, this one was pointed out at 8:30 this morning. So if you caught it, I know a lot of people made money in it. MU earnings will probably gap this one up as well. And if this one does go, we go full bull mode. 140. This one can go to $140. It's another $30 move. Bros, I jumped in a little bit of equity here. I liked the short interest. I like the setup. It looks like almost an inverse head and shoulder. Perfect resistance from the IPO high. And we were breaking through today. We closed above it. Nice volume. Looking for follow through all the way to around 80 bucks. I'll probably get rid of the equity in the high 70s, 80 bucks. Other than that, just momentum plays for me right now. MTTR looks great. Daily finally broke through the 50-day moving average. High volume today. This one is coming all the way down from $37, now trading at $9. We have the $10 calls for April. I like the volume. I like the call flow coming in. We got a pump on CNBC. And the options are already green. So let's see where this one goes. Jumia, another one I like set up. A lot of small caps are set up perfectly. This is a perfect inverse head and shoulders and broke out today. Let's see if Jumia can continue. Next level is 1050, and then after 1050 it goes 11 bucks. Jumia's set up perfectly, broke out today. Snapchat's set up perfectly, broke out today. Pinterest is set up perfectly. What else is set up? There's a lot of names that are just set up to run right now. A bunch of inverse head and shoulders, and most of them are small caps or smaller caps. Lulu as well had earnings, and then I'll do Walmart, and I will dip. Here's Lulu right here. Gap up after earnings. They're up by 20 bucks after hours. Again, we have to wait till where we open tomorrow. They can give all these gains back by screwing up their guidance or whatever. But other than that, I mean, Nike beat, Lulu beat, so retail's looking pretty strong. I guess people are still buying a lot of gym clothes. What is it? Yeah, Walmart. I'll do Walmart, and then I'm out of here. Here is Walmart. So I know Yash is in this. He told me to take it. He told me he liked it a lot. I did like the short at first. The thing I didn't like was I didn't get my bearish indicator. So what I mean by that is I have this indicator that I use. I'm not gonna go over it on the chart. Yash knows about it, but it's some two moving averages. When one moving average crosses the other moving average, that's when I usually tend to get short. And right now, with all the market strength, it's very hard, and I have to be very, very picky to short anything right now. That's why I'm just kind of sitting still, waiting for my signals. Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. This Walmart is tough, man. I know what you're seeing. I know the volume is declining, but this looks like a weekly breakout. And the fact that it gapped up today is just kind of confirmation. I mean, I would have to wait till Friday to see how the candle closes, especially with this weak volume as you see here. But the problem with this is, like I showed you last time, there was low volume here. That's why this breakout failed right back down. But the thing is, this one had decent volume for the breakout. We came back down, we retested that breakout, and now we broke the high of the previous week. So it's very, very hard for me to agree with you on a short here. It looks very strong, and it looks like it's going to continue. Even if there's small volume, the fact that it broke out on nice volume with a retest that held, and now we're breaking above these 2 weeks, that's a very, very tough short in my opinion. And Walmart, if I had to bet, I would bet that it goes back to 150 plus before it comes back down. So I know it's not what you want to hear. You might be right, it might come down, but just from if I had to pick puts or calls, I would definitely take the calls. Sorry, I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's just what I see in this chart. I'll do snow, and then I gotta go. I got stuff to do, man. Here's snow here. So snow, the only reason I like this one at all was because of the call flow. I think this name is way overvalued. I think this name was way overdone on the Twitterverse. I've seen every single Furu, whatever you want to call them, on Twitter talking about snow today, bragging about snow, how they made so much money on snow, how there's a gap to fill, it must fill, blah, 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 blah. They didn't do shit. Snow was one of the weakest names today. It's up $1 when everyone was just non-stop talking about snow all night yesterday, all day yesterday. This is what it did. And every other chart did not look like this. Every other chart, even UPST is going up. Snow does look strong, but I think there's just too much hype on it. There's too many people talking about it, and whenever I see a stock like that, it rarely does what it's supposed to do. Every single one, every person I seen and their mother was saying snow is going to fill the gap to 250. It's going to fill the gap to 250. It's going to fill the gap. Huge flow. And then they just screwed everyone today. They did a little gap up, and then they sold it off all day and just went sideways all day. So watch it tomorrow. 250 is the goal. That's all I can say. We do have this little break up here. We did get above it. We did close above it. So tomorrow may be the day, but I would just look for the gap fill here. Other than that, there's not much on snow here. Yeah, Walmart, I agree. It's a weekly breakout. Last year it didn't go, so it must go this year. But thank you guys for attending. I hope you had a great day.